Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. So I thought I'd give you guys my final thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. So if you watched my last video, which was basically the out and about video that I did, I was just talking about how I started this game, and although I noticed obviously the massive amount of problems and stuff with this game, I was actually having fun with the game. I said, you know what? Despite all its issues, it's kind of fun. It's frustrating, but it's kind of fun in a way. So you guys, I thought I'd give you guys my final thoughts. Has my opinion changed? Is it as terrible as people say, or do I kind of have a bit of a soft spot for this game? I guess we'll find out, eh? So yeah, I won't talk too much about Sonic because I did mention Sonic quite a lot in my say I'm out and about vlog. Um, so yeah, Sonic is easily like the best like campaign because you get three different campaigns. Sonic's easily my favorite of the three. You play Sonic, who's you get used to him. Like he's always he's really fast. He's hard to control. You obviously go through platforms and die instantly at certain points because of the game's like how buggy the game is. But yeah, Sonic's probably the best card of the players, I think. Tails is okay. Like he's got that move like throws like boxes of rings at people, and then if you take damage, your rings basically get mixed up with the rings that you're throwing. They should have made them a different color so you can pick up your rings. Tails is alright because Tails is slower, so he's easier to control. So yeah, I don't really mind Tails too much at all, to be honest. Knuckles is okay. Like he glides around, he's easy enough to control. Yeah, he punch enemies, but he's quite you have to get really close to the enemies, and you end up like getting hit while you're doing your punches. So you don't really play as Knuckles too much though, or even Tails. You don't really play as them too much. They've just got their little like sections. So yeah, overall my favourite levels I would probably say are the first level, the ocean level. Is Ocean View. Yeah, it's probably the least buggy of the levels, perhaps, and the least frustrating. So that one. I quite like the fire level, the volcano one. To be honest, I don't really know the names of the levels, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, the volcano. I think the volcano's okay. A little bit difficult at the beginning, like beginning, because some really like fast sections where you can just go flying off into the lava. So yeah, they're kind of annoying. The like snow level's fine. I don't really like when you're on like the snowboard. The snowboard's awful. It's really difficult to control. Um, I think they were kind of going with like the ice cap zone from Sonic 3 vibes. So you like start the level and you're like on your snowboard. It's got nothing on ice cap zone. Ice cap zone's like S tier rank of like Sonic levels, in my opinion. So yeah, they tried that. It just didn't work very well. Even when you're like when you start Crisis City as well, you're on like a skateboard, and that's bloody awful to control as well. Like I do like the level of like Crisis City. I like the look of Crisis City, and I was enjoying Crisis City until you get to the stupid part of the end with the tornado, and you just keep running and stuff, and you can easily run straight off a platform. Because you basically start the level at a weird camera angle, and suddenly the camera angle just changes, so you can easily get screwed over because of that. I didn't like that at all. But yeah, Crisis City, amazing soundtrack, very very good. Like it's a Sonic game. Obviously, it's got a great soundtrack. But yeah, my favorite one's probably Crisis City. I love that music. It's great. Final boss of Sonic's, probably the easiest and most enjoyable of the final bosses in the game. Like in Doctor Robotnik, like here I come, Sonic. He just like charges it. You like jump up and do your homing attack. So you always know because he always says the same lines. So you always know when he's vulnerable to like an attack. So he like destroys the platforms that you're on. So the platforms get smaller and smaller, and you have to like avoid these like missiles. So yeah, it's fun. Um, like something I will say about this game is a lot of people hate like the princess in the game. Is it what's her name? Honestly, I don't mind it. I think she's all right. Like I don't know. Like obviously, a lot of people don't like it because it's kind of like a people think it's kind of like hints of like a romance thing between a hedgehog and a human. I personally like I see hints of it, but I don't really see it. I just see it more just like a friendship thing rather than anything else. I don't know. But yeah, I don't mind. I think she's all right. Like, you know, she's not as terrible as what people make out. I'll say that about the princess. Um, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, Sonic Camping, I'll say the best one. Go on to Shadow. Shadow's okay. Like, it just feels quite similar to Sonic, apart from the fact that when you do your home attack, you can actually do like a combo. So like the bigger enemies are easier to kill because you just go straight in with a home and you can like chain together combos, which makes fighting the bigger enemies a lot easier. Um, so yeah, obviously you go through the same levels. There's like differences in like layouts and things, but nothing like too major. Just basically like, playing as like different characters and stuff. That's one thing I will say about the game. You do get a little bit fed up like playing like the same levels like over and over again. I know you're playing as different characters, but you're still playing like the same levels, the same like aesthetics, all look the same kind of thing. So that kind of get a little bit tedious, especially when it takes probably about 18 hours to beat like all three campaigns. Sonic one felt the longest, maybe like I don't know, 9 hours maybe. The rest of them was probably like what 5 hours, 6 hours long or something. So it was quite a long game. You know, especially if you have to like replay levels, it can feel quite long. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, Shadow's fine. I don't mind playing a Shadow. Omega is quite slow and quite clunky. Like you can use your like missile, you can do like home in on targets. Sometimes it just didn't work well for me. Like I don't know what was going on with that. It just didn't seem to like hit enemies. A lot of times the rockets seem to like miss the targets, which is very irritating. So yeah, not a big fan of Omega or Omega. Yeah, not a big fan of him. He was just quite slow and annoying. You play as Rouge the Bat, who plays like Knuckles. You know, you glide around, you can climb up walls and things, which it's cool, even though it looks glitchy and stuff at like certain points. But it's okay. But instead of like Knuckles, you can like punch enemies. You basically with Rouge, you're dropping like mines, which I didn't really like too much. I prefer just playing as Knuckles and punching things because I don't know. I just felt like dropping the mines felt a bit awkward to me. I don't know. I wasn't a massive fan of that. So yeah, Shadow, he's alright. You fight Silver again, and he spams you with his usual quotes. So I think fighting like Silver with Shadow is probably harder for me. I don't know why. I kept dying over and over again, more than what I did with Sonic. I have no idea why. I think it's because you're on like a train, like there's trains and things in the way and stuff. It can be a little bit annoying. It's kind of like a bigger area, I guess, which should be easier because you've got more like chance to like get out of the way of his attacks. But I don't know. I struggle fighting Silver with Shadow. I thought it was more difficult. Something I forgot to say about this game. My least favourite level was that stupid the one you had to like stop the train. I hated that level. I absolutely hated it because you had to like stop the train and you have to be really bloody fast. You have to like flick switches or the train will like smash into like a bomb and explode. I think like the princess was inside, so you had to like save her. And I think Shadow, you have to like stop the train by doing some just like damaging it. I think. So yeah, I hated that level. I just thought the level just felt really awkward to me. So the train level, didn't like it, but it was absolutely terrible. Very annoying level. So yeah, who was the final fight with Shadow? I can't actually remember what the final fight was with Shadow. It was quite average anyway. I think, from what I can remember. See, like it's not like I was having fun like playing the game and stuff like to a certain degree, but it's not memorable. Like I don't remember like many of the level names and things. So or like the bosses and stuff. So oh no, it was Shadow's doppelganger, wasn't it? What do you call him? Ugh. Yeah, Shadow's like doppelganger because you got a doppelganger. Yeah, it was all right actually. To be honest, his fight was all right. It just felt a little bit awkward, but it wasn't bad. Iblis? It wasn't Iblis, was it? I've forgotten his bloody name. Yeah, Shadow's doppelganger. He was all right. It wasn't great or anything. He was okay. And then you go on to Silver, who, oh my god, Silver's campaign was just quite boring because I just don't like playing as Silver. like throwing boxes and things at enemies and like stunning enemies and throwing enemies around. Like it sounds fun, and it was fun for about 10 minutes. And then you realise like his whole campaign just about throwing stuff all around the place, like a little kid having a temper tantrum, just throwing stuff all over the place. But I don't know, it just felt really awkward, really clunky, really repetitive, and just not really a lot of fun. Just very repetitive playing Silver. Didn't like it. Like I said, I don't mind Silver as a character. I just think playing as him was pretty clunky. He plays Amy Rose, who is okay. He's running around like smacking things with your hammer. The problem with that is you have to get really close to the enemies, so that can be a little bit like finicky, and it can kind of leave you a bit open to like getting hit. And the last one was, who was the last one? Blaze. Yeah, Blaze. Actually, I really like playing as Blaze. Like quite fast. She like spins around all over the place. Like her spin attack was actually a lot of fun to perform. And I didn't really have many problems with like Blaze like attacking enemies. Just like say just spinning around all over the place and take everybody out. Yeah, Blaze was great. Like I would actually have liked to have played as Blaze more than playing as Silver. Like it should have been a Blaze campaign. Instead of focusing so much on Silver, because Blaze was fun. Yeah, I like Blaze. Sonic, Blaze, and Shadow are probably the three characters I enjoyed playing as the most, and then Tails probably, and the worst one being probably Silver. Silver is just annoying. Like I just don't like playing Silver. So anyway, guys, yeah, I think that's probably all I want to talk about. So honestly, now that I've played through this game, like I do actually kind of enjoy it. Like one thing I'll say about this game is it's not boring. Like it's very buggy, it's glitchy, it's not a great game by like any stretch of the imagination, but it's definitely not boring. Like I never got bored playing this game. I could sit down and play it for a couple of hours and time would fly. I'd never get bored. But again, I can still acknowledge the fact that it's not a good game. It's very buggy, it's very unfair. You die like so easily because of just a lot of like nonsense that happens, like things that are out of your control, like going so fast that you go flying off a platform and dying instantly. That's unfair because a lot of times it's to do with the camera. The camera angles change and they screw you over like big time. So yeah, something else I'll say, like obviously you play through the free campaigns and then you get a final campaign. I forgot the final boss with Silver was Iblis, I think. Actually, I think it was Iblis with Silver, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. You just throw rocks back at the enemies. It's okay. It wasn't too bad. I quite like the music when you fight Iblis. It was actually a pretty kick-ass like soundtrack. And yeah, like I say, you beat that, and then you get like the final chapter where all three hedgehogs basically go super because they've got the Chaos Emeralds. And oh, actually, something else I forgot. That part you have to get like the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Oh, I hated that. That was absolutely shocking. Because you play as like what 6 or 7 different characters. You have to play as them in like a short section, and you basically these like portals like open up, and you get sucked into the portals and you die instantly. Like I hated it. That was very annoying. So I did not like that. I'm glad I remembered that because that was shocking. I tried to forget that because it was awful. Yeah, I hated that. It was just portals everywhere that like sucked you in, and the game like your characters are like difficult to control like as they are without portals trying to like suck you in to make it even worse. So yeah, I hated that. That was shocking. And yeah, like the final boss in the end where all hedgehogs go super, and you take turns to like attack the final boss. It wasn't great. Nephilim, I think. Shadow's doppelganger. I think it's Nephilim. I think. I hope I'm right. Yeah, Nephilim. You have to take him down. Which it wasn't a great fight. It was just quite time consuming. It wasn't very fun. So yeah, would I play through the game again? Maybe, but I don't think I'd play through like the free campaigns. I think I would just stick to the Sonic campaign. Obviously it was like the main campaign. It's the main story. You beat Sonic's campaign and you get a credits scene, I'm sure. So That's like the main campaign for me. The other stuff can, be left out. It was just quite repetitive playing through it like 3 times. So yeah, guys, that's it for Sonic 06. Like, I do think the game's it's a guilty kind of pleasure. Like, I've liked it more than I thought I would, but it's not great. Like, you play this, and then you play like Sonic Generations and stuff, and it's like way better. Sonic Generations is like an amazing game. Sonic Forces is way better than this, you know? Sonic Mania, definitely. But that's more, a 2D game. But as like far as your 3D games goes, like, I don't know, like, it's just not great. Let's leave it at that. Like I say, I'm not a fan. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it, but I wouldn't say I hate it as much as what other people like. A lot of people say it's like the worst game that's like ever existed. Like I wouldn't go that far. Like I've played like way worse games, than that. Like I prefer it to like Sonic Spinball because I hate Sonic Spinball. Sonic Spinball shocking. Games like Mind Jack, Beowulf, like Bugs Life on the PS1. I would say I prefer this game to those, in my personal opinion. But yeah, anyways, that's it. I'm gonna just ramble on. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm probably not got my point across. I'm stumbling from the words here because I keep forgetting bloody names of characters and things. Because I don't know, it just wasn't that memorable for like stories and characters. But also the thing with like Shadow, like his vehicle sections were really annoying because they like, break like so easily. It's like vehicles made out of like paper mache or something. Like the break like extremely quickly. So I thought it'd be cool, like playing a Shadow, like driving bikes and like boats and planes and things. But they get damaged like way too quickly. It just wasn't that fun. But yeah, guys, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think of Sonic 06. Do you have a favourite and least favourite level in the game? And also, what is your favourite of the campaigns and your favourite characters to play as in the game? So yeah, no, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you all later.